Good to be back with you. This time we make a trip to the country track. We're at the Vaal, we're on the classic track, so just know when we are around the bend, those draws are something that you need to look at. Just a reminder as well, as you would see on your screen, social media strap, there's so many different platforms that you can find us on at the moment. We're trying to expand, we're trying to improve the product, and just another reminder that we've got Daryl and Darren with us to hopefully find us a few winners on this Thursday afternoon. I've been licking my lips because I really like the card. I'll be out there at the Vaal presenting, so I'm hoping to get the lowdown from the trainers and the jockeys, and hopefully we can lead into the weekend with some sort of a bang. Okay, so I'm going to go into the first race. The market, Live by the Sword, number 11 at 3-1. 10 Jordan, 33-10. The 5 No Place Like Home at 7-2. 4 Birthright at 4-1. And it's 16-1 and better those. Darren, welcome. Good to be back at the Vaal. I really like the look of this card. How are we going to start off the day? Is there anything we can have a punt on?
Well, Brandon, I do like a bit of Jordan and Birthright, but Live by the Sword's alive too, and No Place Like Home. Now, Jordan, last time out, he was over racing slightly, and he didn't find extra in the final 200. It was a disappointing run because on debut, that form line was really strong. So let's hope he can settle and bounce back. Birthright's having his third run after a rest, and they're dropping him back to a mile. That could be the winning move. So the stable's in hot form, and the jockey. Live by the Sword, good comeback run. He looked a winner, got caught late. And then No Place Like Home, he's had his chances, but he should run in the first 4.
Okay, so you've heard the lowdown from Darren. We're going to go to Daryl Marie in just a second. Daryl, what do you like over here? I mean, we're talking off-air Birthrights. I did speak to Alec Laird, as you would have heard, just to find out what happened last time out, because I was always of the opinion that he was a bit coltish behind the gates. He was starting to sweat up, and Mr. Laird was quick to tell me, listen, if you study times, you'll see that it was a very slow run race, and that's probably why he got beat. If he goes to the front over here, that big natural frame of his, he could be hard to beat.
Yeah, I'll make him one of the better bets on the card, Brandon. So I'm going to start off in a big way by tipping number 4 Birthright. I'm very confident. You know, this horse has always found a lot of support in the market. He must be putting up tremendous work back at home. His penultimate start when he was returning from a layoff, that form line has held up well. I mean, Kudzu came out and won. Who was the other winner over there? Brandon, Royal Edition won well. House of Romanov ran a place in his post-maiden efforts. And you can just see for yourself that last time out, because of his pulling in the race, it took its toll because he beat Kudzu in his penultimate start, and then Kudzu turned around that form quite convincingly. I think that was due to him traveling too hard. So coming back in trip, I'm not too worried about the wide wall. Dennis will get him in a prominent early position. Having his peak run, I'm fairly bullish. We're going to start off on the right note.
4-1. Nice price. Let's put up those selections. Let's see what we're doing in the first of 8 this afternoon. We're going to start with the bar pots. Daryl Marie's going to banker number 4 Birthright. Second leg 9 and 13. Third leg 8 and 10 by 3 and 5 by 1, 2 and 3. And the last leg 5, 7, 10. That's going to cost you 72 Rand. We're on to race number 2. This is the Betway Tote Rewards Club Maiden Plate. It's over 1,600 meters. It goes off at 1:05. The market has Princess Lola, number 13. We're hoping for Tyron Barnard that she can get it right. 5-2 favorite. Number 4 Pink Diamond for Mano Pandaram at 7-2. And the 5 Villa Samayas at 9-2. It's 13-2 and better those. Darren, it does look to be a trappy race because there's 1 or 2 horses that are crying for this sort of trip. Princess Lola being one of them. I've always thought the further she goes, the better she'll be. Is this the horse they need to beat?
Probably one of the leading lights, you know. She improved from first run to second run. She was beaten by Southern Style, who was a long-time maiden, and she was well beaten. But the step up in trip's going to suit her. You've got City Lights, improved last time out behind My Lady Soul. Maybe a little bit more to do. And this horse, Pink Diamond, hasn't run since May, but she was in good form before the lengthy layoff. Freedom Square's got an outside chance too. I thought it could be tricky, but Princess Lola maybe has that natural improvement to win.
Look, I think Stephen Moffat's also got a nice hand over here. He's got a few horses that have got a chances. Villa Samaya, Teo Torieta, a lot better than that last run. You've got a horse like Fairy Circle with Atendiwa Mgudwa. So watch Stevie Moffat over here when it comes to race 2. Daryl, what do you like? I mean, I like a bit of Pink Diamond personally. I'm just worried about that rest. I'll have to try and find the lowdown and where they are with preparation.
Brandon, what price is number 9 over here? Angel of My Heart.
So if you like a bit of number 9, Angel of My Hearts, at the moment you're getting 16 to 1.
Brandon, 16 to 1. That's the value in the race. Firstly, Pink Diamond, Mr. Matchett says will need the run. So that's in the front of the computer form. Not too much confidence in that comment. But yes, she must have a chance. You never know. 16 to 1 Angel of My Heart. You know, on her debut effort, she came from a long way back. And we've seen that form line really hold up well. On the Horizon's done well. Sunshine Day. I think there was one other, Ariel's Jet. And then last time many expected her to run a much improved race. Brandon, but take note, she wore the blinkers on that occasion. Put a line through that effort. She was doing it far too hard during the running of the race. She's got a neat draw. Only having her third start, I think, excuse me, Brandon, I think she's really going to go well, and she's well overpriced. I'm even suggesting to you at 16 to 1, go have a nibble.
Daryl, can I ask you something? Sorry to interrupt.
Yes.
Does it not concern you that Gavin Larena rode her twice?
Yeah.
And he's opted to go for Villa Samaya?
Well, let's have a look at the rest of the jockey arrangements. Does Mr. Lensley have anything else on the day? Let's just have a look over there, Brandon.
It's just the only thing why I say that is because obviously Gavin's a man that's very much on top of things, and he loves to watch replays.
Well, I'll tell you something. I'll race Gavin home. So we can get in contact with Titch. We can race for a stake or something, eh? I'll race Gavin home. Villa Samaya against Angel of My Heart. There's no doubt in my mind that I'll finish in front. And I'm going to eat the steak. But yes, Brandon, you know, Princess Lola, if you watch that race, I mean, she was doing her best work late. Out of the entire field, she was finishing the fastest. She's actually a nice filly, and she goes the extended trip. She goes a mile for the first time. She tries the bend again. She has been around the bend. It was on the Turfentine inside track. If you just watch the way that she was doing good work late, you have to believe that she's going to love the step up in trip, and she's another that's only had 2 starts to date. So I'm looking towards the unexposed fillies over here, 9 and 13 to fight it out.
Let's put those selections up. Let's see what we're doing in the PA. I know it's been a lengthy insert, but it's good to pick the brain of Daryl Marie and Darren Burris. First leg for Darren in the PA, 1, 4, 8 and 13, by 4, 8 and 9, by 4, 5, 9 and 10, by 1, 2 and 3, by 1 and 4, by Banker 1, 4 and 7 at the back, and that's going to cost you 576 Rand. So we move along to race number 3. This is the Betway Aviator merit rated 80 handicap. It's over 1600 meters. And the start of today's pick 6. I'm going to do things a bit differently. I'm going to go to Daryl Marie first. The market at the moment has in the third race, I'm just waiting for that to refresh. Daryl, perhaps we can just update that. Eiffel Tower 18 to 10. The 9 for Shimi Inari's gone 5 to 2, and you're getting 9 to 1 about Nordic Rebel. So Daryl, what do you like over here?
Yeah, Brandon, I don't know if you saw Eiffel Tower's latest victory.
Very impressive.
Yeah, he was very impressive. I actually thought he won easier than what the winning margin reflects. Yeah, he could be a very nice sort. I respect him. But, you know, I was doing my own betting and studying yesterday. And when I saw 12 to 1 bomb, I nearly choked on my coffee. I couldn't believe he has been priced up as at 12 to 1. I was very impressed with his first run as a gelding. Um, do you recall that race behind COVID Operator?
Was a lovely run. In fact, I
Um,
was with Alistair that day and they
yeah.
said probably next time out we can have a bet. Met a good field though next time out.
That's the key point of here, Brandon. Last time out, he had no chance. That was a hot, what was it?
It was a graduation.
It was a graduation. He was well out at the weights. And he didn't disgrace himself. I mean, there were horses like Unzen, Red Bomber, Mount Pilatus, I'm Giant. They were all weighted well above what he was. And it was his second run after a gelding. You can excuse him for that run. Now he's been stepped up to a mile. And more importantly, he's back in a handicap. And based on what I saw in his penultimate starts, he's going to win his races as a handicapper. Or for 82, now gain a mile, I think at 12 to 1, I'm going to say to the viewers, help yourself. You'll certainly shorten in the market.
Confidence. Lots of confidence from Daryl Marie. Darren, can you give us some confidence? This was Bomb Bomber. We're going to look to land the gamble. I mean, a decent price, no weight, good draw. You've heard from Daryl why he likes this horse. What do you like?
I didn't really include Bomb Bomb. I didn't really like him at all. But Eiffel Tower's one of the leading lights. I was very impressed with his turn of foot last time out to put the race to bed. It was against slightly weaker, but he's only had the 4 starts and he's open to improvement. Fushimi Inari, good maiden winner. He looks to have ability and I think he could go on with it. I never thought I would see a horse like Willow Express in an 80 handicap. He's been campaigning in 97, 98 handicaps. A couple of lengths off Zeus and Wadahani. That's good enough to win this type of race. So handicap to win is Willow Express for sure, and Eiffel Tower, the obvious danger.
Let's go straight into those selections. Darren Burrows going to give us a pick 6. I see spending 2,352 Rand. First leg 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 and 9. Second leg 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. By 1, 2, 3 and 9. By 1, 4, 6. By banker 1. And then 1, 3, 4 and 7 at the back. You need to be on race 3 at 13.40. First jackpot, race number 4. It's the Betway Back the Box merit rated 68 handicap. It's over 1,600 meters. 2:15 is the off time. This is a very open market. Number 9, A Place in the Sun, 11 to 2. 3, Godfather, 6 to 1. The 1 horse Elemental Force at 8 to 1. And it's a 9 to 1 and better those. I'm going to go to Darren first. Darren, this is a very trappy race. I really don't like the look of it. We're going to have to go wide, I'm sure, in the exotics.
You got to go wide, Brandon, but have a look at this horse, Anytime Champ. Now, when he made his debut a couple of years ago and he won on debut, he was all the rage. Every jockey wanted to ride him. They said he worked like an absolute steam train. And he won his first start and then he went off the boil completely. And I thought he's never going to recapture his best form. But I liked his run last time out. He moved up. I thought he was going to win it at one stage. And he got beat a length and 3/4. If he can just build a little bit more confidence, we could see him improve again. By no means my first choice, but I think he's going to run another good race at a big price. Now, Tumby, I've included in all my bets, because he's shown a lot of ability in the past, but he's not too consistent. But I think this mile is going to suit him. He's going to tuck in off the pace from a deep draw, and he'll be doing good late work. Countess Danza, Parker Getrix, A Place in the Sun, Rosie Lemon, all got chances. But Anytime Champ could be the value.
I thought he was a bit unlucky last time out, this horse, Anytime Champ. Actually looked like he was going to go through that gap and win a good race. He ran a decent enough race to seem competitive over here. I'm sure from that sort of draw, Daryl, they'll have to take their medicine and drop out and hope that he can stay on like he did last time over 1,600. You've been telling me for a long time, Godfather, a horse that we need to watch. Is this the horse we're going to go for?
Yeah, firstly, Anytime Champ, I'm worried about that latest form line. Don't think it was a strong field whatsoever. Have a look at this horse. Debuted with a tongue tie. He won. Then he went into, what was it? Was that a grade 1 or grade 2?
Let's have a look
in his
quickly.
second start anyway. And then the tongue
It was
tie,
a grade 1.
the tongue tie hasn't been refitted since. But anyway,
That was in the Premiers, the Champion
excuse
Stakes.
me. I don't know, Brendan. I haven't included him. I narrowed this race down to 2 runners only. I thought 1st of July at 10-1 represented a lot of value. Very happy with his comeback effort. He obviously needed that. And then last time out on the inside track, he was last turning into the straight. Well, second last. And how much ground can you make up on the inside track on a fast run surface? So that was a commendable effort. He's got a neat draw. He's down to a 67, Brandon, and he's having his peak run, but he is a 7-year-old. So let's be honest, you can't really be overly bullish with him. But I think he'll be thereabouts. I really like Godfather. Now, he has a horse that's done extremely well since exiting the maiden ranks. He didn't beat a strong field whatsoever when he won his maiden a few starts back. But look how well he's done since then. And Gavin Lorena will know him better. He's been victorious over the course and distance in the past. This combination, they've teamed up 15 times. They've won a third of those. Ended up 5 times in the winner's enclosure. Robin and Gavin, when they team up, a lot is in this horse's favour. I know he may not be the horse with the most ability in the race, but when it comes to lineups like this, Brandon, if you get the run of the race, it plays a huge factor. And a lot of the time that determines the outcome of a race. So here's a horse that should get everything go his own way. Tambi, Mr. Manu Pandaram, if he happens to disappoint you on Thursday, I suggest you gull him Friday morning. That's my bit of advice for Mr. Manu. But yes, for me, I'm going numbers 3 and 5.
Let's put those selections up. Let's see what we're doing. This is a good race. Like I say, I don't like anything in particular. There's value all round. Daryl Marie just going 2 horses in his jackpot, 3 and 5. So Godfather and 5th of July. By 1, 2 and 3, by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then 1, 2 and 5 at the back. 180 Rand the spend. Race 4 goes off at 2:15. Let's go to the 5th race, a nice staying race. It's over 2,400 meters. The Betway Boost, merit rated 80 handicap. I see the market at the moment in this race has got the favourites as Battleground number 1 at 7-2. Number 3, American Grayson 4-1. 6, Absolute Value 4-1. 9-2 about Rulebook. And it's 7-1 in better those. I'm going to go to Darren first. Darren, this is a very good race, a nice staying contest. I'm sure we'll see some of these horses' names in some of our bigger staying races here on the Highvelds. This horse, Battleground, has done absolutely nothing wrong. Can he win again?
Definitely. I thought one of my first choices in the race. Since being stepped up in trip, he's done absolutely nothing wrong. He reeled off 2 wins in a row very comfortably. It is a lot of weight to carry over a marathon trip, but I think he's up to it and he's going to be in the first 3. Now, you got Rule Book. He's back to best. He's got ability over the staying trips, and he's going to be very competitive. So 1 and 2 to fight it out. And then American Grayson, lightly raced 4-year-old, got a couple of lengths to find on Battleground and Rulebook, but slightly better off at the weights. Over to you, my outside place horse, but 1, 2, 3, and followed by 9.
No, so Battleground's done nothing wrong. I see for both his victories, he's been basically given 11 points, and I think he's won with a lot in hand. I know Richard Ferree's upbeat that he's a horse that's going to win his races, no doubt, over these sort of trips. Craig Zaki now gets the ride for Lucky Hudalarkus. And then you've got a horse like Rulebook who's done nothing wrong. I thought there was a very good win last time out. Daryl, and I actually want to speak to you about Rulebook because I know Mr. Laird has always thought he's a nice progressive stayer. The interesting thing with him last time is he was a lot closer to the speed. And I think that's helped him in a big way.
Yeah, I thought Falasande put him in the perfect position. One out with cover. The race worked out perfectly for him last time, and he was never in doubt. I mean, coming into the straight, he was travelling like a winner a long way from home. I think his confidence could be up, and I can see him going back to back. I can see Battleground winning again. I mean, he has a horse that since he's been stepped up in trip, done nothing wrong. American Grayson. Brandon, excuse me. This horse will be a different sort on the classic track. I know doesn't have the longest of run-ins, but I think it's a more testing track than the inside track. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, Zaki said he's worried about the inside track. Although he's been winning on the inside track, this horse is not suited to the inside track. Muzi knows him well. He's a lovely improving staying type. So I'm not looking past numbers 1, 2, and 3. I've got a preference for American Grayson. So difficult race. Let's see how the pace works out, because that's also a factor in these distance races.
No doubts. You've got to hope that there's a genuine gallop and they don't crawl all the way around and then turn it into a sprint. But we'll hopefully get all the lowdown for you at the course on Thursday afternoon. Let's put up those selections. Let's see what we're doing. Daryl Marie, Jackpot 2. He's just gone the 3 horses, Battleground, Rulebook, and American Grayson in leg 1 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. By 1, 2, and 5. By 2, 4, and 7. That's going to cost you 270 Rand. Let's go to race number 6, the Betway We Pay Your Tax on Horse Racing wins progressive or progress plate. It is over 1450 meters. Important scratchings here, very unfortunate, but I see Mike de Kock has scratched number 1, Shoemaker, and number 2, Destiny of Souls. So 2 very important scratchings. The markets has Winter Greeting now as your 5-2 favourite, and Winter Greeting, take note, is also carded to run on Saturday on the inside track at Turfentine. Rachel Veniker's booked to ride over there, whereas Calvin Abib is booked to ride this afternoon. 3 Star Coins, 7-2, the 8 Simple at 9-2, and it's 11-2 in bets of those. Darren, what do you like now? Obviously, a spanner in the works. I think many would have probably been aiming to back either Destiny of Souls or Shoemaker. What do we like now that those 2 horses have been scratched?
Well, with those scratchings out the way, I thought Smorgasbord was to beat. You know, he achieved a much higher rating in the past. His comeback run was not bad in that small feature behind Quantum Theory, and he could be coming back to his best again. He's definitely got the ability to beat this lot. Now, Winter Greeting returning from a lengthy layoff since April, I think she could run well fresh and come back to her best. So those were the only 2 I really included, Smorgasbord and Winter Greeting.
It's actually a good race because I think this saw Star Coin, and Daryl can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he is one of the entries for the Betway Summer Cup, Star Coin. So he's obviously going to have to win his fair share of races to even have a look-see over there. He's at 7-2, and then Simple's at 9-2, with your favourite being Winter Greeting at 5-2. Daryl, what do you like? I know that you were big on Shoemaker and Destiny of Souls as being your main play around this race. You've obviously had to restructure, so what are we doing?
Yeah, interesting race now, Brandon. In the jackpots, I went field. Have they adjusted the betting market over there?
They have. They've taken those 2 horses out.
What price is Argo Alley, Brandon?
Argo Alley, you're getting 12-1.
I don't know what's happening there. I don't know if I'm smoking something, but I've really seen some value on the card. But you know, you get brought back down to earth very quickly in this game. Argo Alley at 12-1. I can't believe that price. Seriously. That's a huge price. I'm going to be having some of that as soon as I finish this preview. Brandon, I know he's let the side down. Excuse me, Brandon. I'm battling here today. He's let the side down, but we know he's got the ability, right? So I think Mr. Grays wasn't happy with his last couple of starts since he's been gelded. He said, let me put my best horse away. I know he's better than what he's been achieving on the track. Bring him back fresh. Put a set of blinkers on him. With the best weighter coming out of the race, I think he has a horse that is going to hopefully bounce back to what we know he's capable of. So, barring that, I don't know what to say. I'm keen to see how Billy Bowlegs goes. Billy Spellbound goes now that he's been gelded. I think he's a very nice horse. I'm keen to see how Prince of Green goes now that he's been gelded. I think he's also could be a very nice horse in the making. But at 12-1 Argo Alley, I'm certainly not going to let him run loose. Hopefully those blinkers can do the trick, Brandon.
Talking of Billy Bowlegs, he runs on Saturday. And yeah, you've got Billy Spellbound, who I see has been gelded. So let's put up those selections. Let's see what we're doing. Now that those two scratchings have come into play, the guys have had to restructure. Daryl Marie suggests maybe we take a swinger box. We go 5, 7, and 10. Argo Alley, Billy Spellbound, as well as number 10, Prince of Green, has also been gelded. That's going to cost you R3. Take it a few times. You need to be on at 25 past 3. The penultimate on this 8-race program is race number 7. Race number 7, just having a look at the heading of the race, is the Racehorse Owners Association merit rated 68 handicap. It is over 1,200 meters. The market at the moment at about 5 to 2, 22 to 10 is the 5 Dark Tide. The 1 Duke of Rock has gone 5 to 2. 4 Aralina 5 to 1, and it's 6 to 1 and better those. I'm going to go to Darren first. Darren, is it an absolute 2-horse race with Dark Tide, Duke of Rock, or do we need to include Aralina as well?
Brandon, this is my best bet on the card, Duke of Rock. I'm going all in here. His debut run back in August 2022, he showed signs of a proper racehorse. He's had his issues since then. His comeback win, I know he beat a weak field, but he still ran around in the closing stages, was in need of the run. They stepped him up to a mile second run back, and he only got beat 3.5 lengths. But I like that they're dropping him back to 12 and putting the blinkers on. Third run after a lengthy layoff. I think he's going to prove a class above these.
So what I am going to tell you, and I know Baron Boertus wouldn't mind me telling everybody because he's a very transparent trainer, and he'll probably come to us on Thursday and give us exactly what he's expecting from the horse Duke of Rock. Last time out, Daryl, we had a long chat in the car park after races, and he said, Muzi said, come back in trip, put the blinkers on, get a draw, and we'll win.
Hey, Patel. Let's hope he can deliver the goods. Baron said from day one, this is a very nice horse and didn't beat the best of fields when winning his maiden. And I actually think he improved in his second start for Mr. Boertus. Having his peak run, blinkers could do the trick. Coming back in trip could do the trick. So I like him. Let's see how Circus Lights goes today, Brendan. Because this horse must have some sort of ability for them to have persevered with him. And I do believe he showed what he's capable when jumping on terms last time out. So I wouldn't be shocked to see him feature once again. He was actually finishing that race off very nicely over the 1,000 meters. Dark Tide, I think you can put a line through his last start. Came into the straight, just over racing terribly. I think Gavin will want to switch him off this time and let him do his best work late. So let's hope Duke of Rock can deliver, Brandon. 1 from 2 for me.
And there's a horse at a big price for me. I just wish I had a better draw as this horse, Jet Cat. I'll be watching him closely. See 20 to 1 in the market at the moment. So just needs to obviously beat that tricky draw on the classic track. Let's put up the selections. Let's see what we're doing. Duke of Rock for Darren Burrows, short and sweet. Like I said, Muzi Yeni did suggest to the connections that maybe we come back in trip, put the blinkers on, and from there you'll be very competitive. You're getting 5 to 2 about Duke of Rock, and the race goes off at 4 o'clock. The 8th and final race is the next vaal race meeting is Thursday, the 19th of October. This is a Fillies and Mares 78 handicap, and it is over 1,200 meters. The favorite at the moment is Lil Miss Moneybags, number 4 at 4 to 1. The 2 Meteorics at 5 to 1. The 11 Neras at 11 to 2, and it's 7 to 1 and better those. I'm going to go to Darren first. Darren, what do you like? Robin Clarkson got a strong hand. Meteorics done nothing wrong to date. We know that a galloper likes to go off and lead them and keep fighting. You've got Lil Miss Moneybags back from a small break, and then obviously Neras, the unknown factor from the Sean Terry stable. Won a good enough race, I thought, last time in the Work Riders race, but always a filly that Ashley and Andrew Fortune thought quite a bit of.
I like Lil Miss Moneybags a lot. Last time out, I thought left her run a stride or two too late. I thought she would have gone at the 400. She was held up and she absolutely took off late. She was over racing early. Let's hope she settles beautifully, and I think she could be too good for these. Now, Alabama Anna, I think the drop-in trip's going to suit her, the 1,200 meters. Her last 2 starts over 14, she stopped late. Golden Aspen's alive, back over 1200 again. And there she goes with 4 kilos off her back. She'll be running on late. But Little Miss Moneybags, I think she'll get it right.
So Little Miss Moneybags found steady support, opened up at about 5-1. I see he's gone 4-1. Anytime this afternoon, might just go 33-10 after Daryl Marie is finished. Daryl, what do you like?
Your money, Brandon?
Look,
Give us the lowdown. Give us the lowdown.
No, look, I'll be absolutely honest because that's what we're here for. Transparency at the end of the day. I did go and watch this filly work on Monday at Turffontein and absolutely flying. She's in a good space. I really think, and not because I want to be biased, not because of Caitlin at all, but she's going to take a lot of beating.
Well, let's certainly hold thumbs, Brandon. You know, there's a few goods that need to be bought over the next couple of months. So the stake check will come in handy. Yeah, I mean, you have to be very impressed with the latest start. I thought she was very unlucky not to have got up in the later stages. If you watch that race, you would have been concerned halfway because she was overdoing it. And for her to have still kicked in the manner in which she did, just shows you that she could be back to her best. So I'm hoping the race pans out well for her. Gavin can just get her to relax in running, and I think that will be the difference. She just needs to relax, and if that's the case, let's hope she can bring home the bacon. Alabama Anna, here's a mare that's certainly off the right mark. She's got the right draw. She's got fitness on her side. She'll run another honest race. But you know what? I'm certainly in the camp of Little Miss Moneybags for Caitlin. I'm hoping she can get it right. So 4 from 7 for me, Brandon.
Okay. Yeah, she's in a good space. Like I say, they are expecting her to go very close to winning and hope that the race works out. She is a quirky, temperamental filly. She needs to relax. That's the most important thing. And if she does relax, I certainly believe she'll take all the beating. I know Daryl wants to add one final word before we close it off. Daryl, have you found anything else?
Yeah, sorry, who were you talking about? Quirky and temperamental? Were you talking about Little Miss Moneybags?
Well, look, owner works hand in hand. The owner's also very quirky, very temperamental, but she's in a good space, is Caitlin, at the moment. So let's keep it that way. All right, let's put up those selections. Let's see what we're doing for the final time this afternoon. Darren Burrows suggests that we do back Little Miss Moneybags, and you can have as much as you want on. She's a decent price. Let's hope she can get it right. Thanks to Daryl. Thanks to Darren. We'll chat again soon. To the viewers, more importantly, thank you for supporting this beautiful game that we love so much. We'll chat soon. Bye-bye.